Y'all ready to be history?
Get started.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
To the Pro Audio Suite.
These guys are professional. They're motivated.
With Tech to the VO stars. George Whittam, founder of Source Elements. Robert Marshall, international audio engineer. Darren Robbo Robertson. And global voice. Andrew Peters. Thanks to Tribooth. Austrian Audio. Making passion heard. Source Elements. George the Tech Whittam. And Robbo and AP's international demos. To find out more about us, check theproaudiosuite.com.
Line up, ladies!
Here we go.
It's time to guess that mic.
And Andrew Peters doing his best Max Rowley.
Yeah, or me.
Yes.
Dancing with the
Andrew.
Stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not overly scientific, so I'll give a bit of a backstory. Someone asked me for a sample of a certain mic I have, which I did, and then I thought, actually, I wonder what the other ones sound like. Ended up recording 4 different mics. And, then
And a million different emails.
Yeah, a million different emails. And then, yeah, I did actually. That got a bit confusing. Sorry about that, chaps. And then I thought, well, let's just throw it out there and see how people rate these 4 microphones. I wonder if I should reveal what they are.
At the beginning?
No, let's go through. Let's compare what everybody said first, because then the clangor is, my God, I can't believe I said that about that.
Okay,
I
well,
like the SM57.
Okay, well, let's start with mic number 1. What are your thoughts on mic number 1?
Well, let's have a listen to it. George, can you play it for us?
Okay, this is the mystery mic. I'm about 6 inches away from the microphone, running through a Grace M101. No processing, no high-pass filter, nothing. Just the mic and the pre. And I'll explain after why that was the only mic that ran through the Grace. The rest of them ran through the Neve 1073.
I just scribbled down short notes at each as I was listening. My notes say sibilant and self noise.
Yep.
So that was my thoughts. First time listening.
Band passed a little bit, so it didn't have the full wide range fidelity of your voice, and a little bit higher self noise. And then I also noticed in the waveform there was some clipping that might have just been the output of the Grace into the AD converter. It's hard to really say for sure. I don't think the Grace was clipping. And that clue that you said you used the Grace specifically could mean that you used the Grace specifically because it has a ribbon mode and you wanted to use ribbon mode with this mic. That's my, okay, all right.
But a good guess. I like that. That's good.
It does have a ribbon button on the...
Very handy. Very
yes.
handy.
Yeah.
Robert.
Okay.
I thought it was just band limited, lacked low end, seemed to have a high end cap off too. Just was the least flattering, especially for Andrew's voice of the 4. I don't know. I wasn't really looking at clipping or noise. I honestly listened to it twice, if that.
All right. Well, I'll use Matt Mackenzie Smith from Matrix in Adelaide because he's actually given just a short rating or a comment on each mic. So he's got mic number 1 seems to have a harmonic resonance around 470 to 980 hertz. Also a bit more energy around 2.5K. He did not rate that mic very highly at all. In fact, I think he rated that mic last.
Like we all did, I think. I mean,
but I can tell you that mic actually did quite well. So in the overall scores.
Really?
Yes,
wow,
it did.
Okay.
Right. So.
How many people did actually participate in this? 10, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so.
Didn't know you had that many friends.
I don't. I just annoy people until they give in. Yeah. Okay, so.
Sorry.
Mic number 2. Okay, this is mystery mic number 2. Once again, about 6 inches from the mic, no processing on.
So my opinions of that one are, I think if I remember, a little bit more bottom end, still kind of bright and not as flattering like as the others. Although it'd be interesting to see how that one works in the appropriate spot.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, I've got warmer, nice smooth top end, more cut.
Yeah, more cut. Definitely more cut.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Warmer than mic 1.
Yeah. Warmer than mic 1, yes, because I listened to them in order. Yeah.
In the context of this sample, this one is nicer than more pleasant, more pleasing, more flattering than mic 1.
Okay.
Definitely.
And this would cut well in a mix with a lot of music.
Exactly.
And effects.
That's why I
if
said
this
it
was on a
might work
promo-
out, even though on its own,
this could.
it's not so good. But,
That's the thing. Like, when we hear things alone, I like hearing full fidelity, full bandwidth. But in the mix is a different story. And oftentimes mixes lose the low end quite a bit.
Well, you have to cut a lot of bottom end.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of implied low end too. Like, you know, it's like,
right.
Okay.
Otherwise, things get messy very quickly. Yeah.
Well, this is what Matt Mackenzie Smith said about that one. And sorry about everybody else. I'm sure you gave me comments, but Matt is just...
Well, actually, what we'll do, AP, is I'll get you to send them to me, and in the show notes, I'll post everybody's comments. How's that?
Okay, cool. All right, mic number 2. Sounds lovely, but a bit more prominent in the 4 to 5K area, which is basically what you guys just said.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah.
Cut.
cut.
All right, mic number 3. Okay, this is mystery mic number 3. This one has no high-pass filter. Of course it doesn't. And no processing whatsoever. It is running through the Neve 1073.
Nice and pillowy and really hard to tell between 3 and 4 which one was hugely better or worse. But for probably an arbitrary reason, I liked it a little less than 4. But I think definitely significantly warmer and smoother and more pillowy, for lack of a better word, than the other 2 mics.
So how do you see that working in a mix, though, for you, Robert?
I'd probably EQ the shit out of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Then.
Ditto.
It sounds great on its own, but it probably would need some 4K.
It would get lost. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to like boost it in the upper mids, probably, depending on what you're sitting against. It would definitely get EQ'd. The other
it's
2,
a very EQable mic, though, right?
very EQ. It's all
smooth
there.
It's all there. It's very smooth in the mid, so
and nothing
it's very
harsh.
easy
It's not
to
like you're going to
EQ.
bring up any garbage. It's all very acceptable.
Right.
Yeah. It was I think definitely sounds like a more quality mic, but definitely would need some sculpting depending on unless you're just in the mix on your own. That's a whole different story, you know.
Oh, if it's a cold read.
Yeah.
Or if you're wanting to sound like a bit of a VOG, big, mysterious voice layered over atmospheric music.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I really want to hear the whole thing. And it's theatrical and it's going to end up in played back in a theater. And I want the subwoofers to get some energy. That would be a mic.
Cool.
That would be a nice sound.
Well, the only other thing I noticed, I mean, I'm pretty much agreed with everything you guys have said, but I noticed there was still a bit of self noise on that one too. I picked up in the background. My notes say that. That's what.
So mic
Yeah,
number 3.
I honestly wasn't in the headspace. Like, I was just listening for quality. I mean, like, honestly, even though there's more noise on that thing, it was usable. Again, unless it was like the only thing there, then maybe the noise is a possibly.
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, it's not a
it's not
reason not to use it at all. No.
Yeah.
not terrible noise. Yeah.
Nothing
As I
at all
said, that off
offensive
mic.
about the
Yeah.
sound.
No, absolutely not.
The noise could be coming from the preamp. So
Well, it could be line noise, could be anything.
yeah, I mean, also you've got the Neve transformers. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're hearing. Okay, so moving on to mic number 4, lucky last. This is mystery mic number 4. It's running through the Neve, the same as the second, third, and now this one. The first mic was running through the Grace.
I'm going to play 3 and 4. I'm going to play 3 and 4 back to back, just straight through. Here we go.
Okay, this is mystery mic number 3. This one has no high-pass filter. Of course it doesn't. And no processing whatsoever. It is running through the Neve 1073. This is mystery mic number 4. It's running through the Neve, the same as the second, third, and now this one. The first mic was running through the Grace.
Yeah, that one's got a little bit more upper mid 4 to 6K character energy, something.
Yeah, it
But they are
didn't need as
damn
much.
similar.
Might not need as much EQ. It also still was just as smooth, pillowy
Mids.
as the is number 3.
Which to me is the most important thing in terms of a microphone's response. Is I feel it should be very flat and smooth between 100 and 6K, or 4K. Like just, I don't want there to be much character there. I want the mic to be very easily EQable to get the sound you want from it. That's my opinion.
There's no sawtoothy, jagged crap that makes it.
EQ, not a lot of character.
Pokey, yeah.
And that's why I don't like the dynamic mics like the SM7. They're not very smooth. They're a little bit bumpy, even though it can sound really good occasionally, but it's a good second or third mic. It's not a good primary mic,
So which one of the third and fourth?
Unless you are only doing radio and podcasts, and maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, I think 3 still nudges out 4.
Yeah. Okay.
I liked 4 better. I thought 4
Yeah, I did too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you like?
I funny because I was just 4, 3, 2, 1 was my pick.
Oh, really?
Order of
I was
pleasing. Yeah.
2, 1, 4, 3. But I did caveat that with if I was looking for a voiceover for my work, not just for a voiceover that was pleasant to listen to.
Yeah.
So that was my order.
Sure.
I have a feeling 2 or 3 are something like a 41.6 or something going on in that zone, but I don't know. Something bright.
Number 4 had a lot more low end, like off the bottom of the LFE chart. Like there was low end there was energy at the low end, like below 50, You wouldn't normally hear or notice or it would be killed, but it's there in the wave, there's little things.
It's probably more noise than signal.
Yeah.
Or just
there's one thing that appears to be a pop.
Error.
Yeah, there's a pop right here. Or a thump. It's like a poof.
So, George, what was your order? Just out of interest, how did you order them?
I was 3, 4, 2, 1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And Robert,
So
what were
George
you?
and I were the same, except for 3. I was 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, you just went back. You just counted backwards. Were you practicing?
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Practicing.
Can do it from 10 now.
It's hard for me sometimes. So,
well, Robbo, you were 2, 1, 4, 3.
4, 3. That's right.
An interesting comment you had on number 4.
In order of liking it to not liking it, you like those 2 bright mics.
Well, yeah, but I did, as I said to Andrew in my email, the caveat was that if I was using one of those recordings for work, that would be the order I would pick them in. Yes. But I did.
I see.
What did I say, Andrew? I think I said, I don't know.
I know.
Those mics are closer to what you would EQ the other 2.
To make them sound like,
that's what I'd be trying to do with the other 2 if I needed to use it in a promo or something. Yeah.
The 3 and 4 are definitely more versatile microphones than 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think I said to Andrew something about 3 and 4, or was it 1?
No,
I said
number
more for audio books.
Yeah, you said number 3 you thought was a ribbon.
Possibly, yeah. I wondered whether it was a ribbon, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think any of them are ribbons.
No.
I don't think so either, based on the self noise.
Okay, well, I can tell you now that mic number 1, so this is who picked them as their favorite mic. So mic number 1 got 3, mic number 2 got 2, mic number 3 got 3, and mic number 4 got 2.
So 3 had the most.
So
overall.
3 is the winner.
Well, no, 3 and
3 and 1
both got
3 and 1.
3 number 1. But if you add the scores
really?
up, so if I give them an average score, so you got 4 for a number 1 pick, 3 for a number 2, 1. You add up the scores, so the total scores, 10 people voting. So you have mic number 1, 23 points, mic number 2, 25 points, mic number 3, 27 points, and mic number 4, 25 points. So mic number 3 actually.
So 3 is the winner.
4 are neck and neck.
3 is the winner.
But 3 is the winner.
Out of interest, what did the other guys do that you polled?
I'll tell you who they are. Okay, so Chris Gates, he's a radio guy, Chris Gates. He picked.
I thought they were all jackhammer operators.
Who don't like earmuffs. Yeah.
But Chris,
Right.
Chris, interestingly, he picked mic number 2 as his favorite, mic number 3 as his second choice, mic number 4 as his third choice, and mic number 1 as his last pick.
Wow. Okay.
Simon Murphy from SMR, who we've had on the show before, he picked mic number mic number 1 is his favorite. In fact, he went in almost in the same order. So mic number 1, mic number 2 came second, mic number 4 came third, and mic number 3 came fourth for him. AJ,
so
who's
cool.
also
completely inverted.
he's also a radio guy in Dubai. He picked his favorite one was mic number 4, second favorite mic number 3. In fact, he reversed the order.
4 for a radio guy.
Yeah, mic number 2 came third, and mic number 1 came fourth. So he just flipped it upside down.
Just like Robert. Same as Robert. Yeah.
Oh, did you do the 4, 3, 2, 1?
So Matt Mackenzie Smith, who we've talked about, who gave us a bit of a rundown on what his thoughts on these mics. He went, his favorite mic was mic number 3, second favorite mic number 4, mic number 2 came third, and mic number 1 came fourth.
So he was the same as me.
And then Paul Baxter, who's Baxter Sound, I've known for years and years and years, guy from South Africa. Who lives in Melbourne now, of course. He picked, his first choice was mic number 3, second choice mic number 1, third choice mic number 2, and fourth came mic number 4. And then
Fascinating.
That's an interesting pick because 1 and 2 are in the middle, bracketed by the two most similar.
He's one of the anomalies. There's a couple of outliers in there. He's one of them who've mixed them up, and you'll understand what I mean when I tell you what the mics are. Maddie from Sonic Playground, he picked, his favorite was mic number 1, second favorite mic number, in fact, he did it in the right order. So mic number 1, mic number 2, mic number 3, and mic number 4. That was his order.
Wow. Okay. In other words, he didn't have a lot of time on his hands.
No, he actually spent quite a bit of time on his hands, actually. We spoke for quite a while. And then
I love this. This is a great comparison. This just shows everybody how they have no idea what is the
if
right
you don't know
note
what
for
they
their
are,
voice.
and that's what I mean. There's no science. It's purely subjective. And your old buddy Robert, Mike Ayton, he chimed in with his favorite was mic number 1. His second favorite was mic number 4. Third favorite was mic number 3, and fourth was mic number 2.
There you go. Another one where they grouped the 3 and 4 in the middle, and then they put the 1 and 2 in the ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So what were the mics? The big reveal.
Drum roll.
They were all the same mic.
You just EQ'd the shit out of them. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a classic if I said they're all the same mic? That would be funny.
Which one had the highest score? Name that one first.
The one that had the high score was mic number 3.
27, number 3.
Number 3.
Which is
the
OC818. OC818.
Wow. There you go.
Yep.
And then you got 2. You got tie for second and fourth. They both had 25 points each. Mic number 4.
What are the choices? Because it's hard to know, but if I have to guess, it's
mic
somewhere.
Number 4 was a C414EB.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. And that's why they're so similar, because the 818 and the 414, they're
similar
cousins.
And then 23 points went to mic number 1, and that was the Gefell M92.1 with the M7 capsule. And it is an M7, by the way, Robert. I checked it out. It's just they don't have the back part of it.
So what was mic number 2? Did we say
mic number 2 is also a Gefell that came in with 25 points. I forgot to mention that. That's all right. Tie for second. Was the M930 Art from Gefell.
ART.
So the two most expensive mics score the lowest.
Correct.
By a long shot. Like one of those mics is as much as both of the other two. Well, maybe not. Your 414 is a classic. So that's probably worth.
I think the 414, the most expensive mics here, well, it's actually, I can't even put a value on the 930 because
I think it actually went in reverse order. The cheapest to the most expensive.
It did. You're quite right.
The least expensive is technically the 818. The 414, given its vintage, actually is now like prime,
more valuable.
And then you have your tube and your Gefells being like $3,000.
Well, I think the
mics.
EB, I saw them on Reverb or something. There's a couple for sale. They're quite hard to find now. And with the nylon capsule, they want $4,500 or something.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And just to be clear, it's a nylon capsule. You're saying it's a true M7, even though it's not a multi-pattern.
The Gefell on the 92.1 is an M7 capsule, but they just don't connect the back of the capsule as they do on the UM. Yeah.
Really? So if you took
Reversed
it out and rewired stuff, you could get a you could get a figure 8 out of that thing or whatever you. Interesting.
So the M7 capsule, EF86 tube. I'm going to defend that, and the reason that's why I ran it through the grace.
Someone should do a damn mod on that thing and give it the rest of the polar patterns. That seems so easy.
Well, you can get the UM 92.1, but they're another $1,000. But I don't need multi-pattern.
For wiring up the back of the capsule that's already there. That's like when you buy a car and you don't get the options, and the options are still wired in the dash.
So, I'm sorry. Was number one
is the M92.1,
and that's the tube?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that explained the slightly elevated noise.
I've got a feeling, and that's why I didn't run it through the Neve, because I thought tubes and a transformer, it's going to be like, and it was pretty full on. So I switched it out and ran it through the Grace because I thought at least it doesn't have that.
No filtering, no high passing, no low cuts, nothing. Just that was okay. Interesting.
Andrew ran this by me about a week and a half ago, and he played it for me. I was like, I don't know, that one sounds like crap. There's something wrong with it. And he's like, no, that's a really expensive mic. And then it turned out that when he first did it, what did he have switched on?
I had I had the high pass filter on. Yeah, that was a.
You had the high pass filter on. I'm like, that doesn't sound very warm.
Oh, was that like a 1 kilohertz high pass?
It was the Grace high pass, I think. Oh,
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oops. Anyway, so I turned the high pass off, and it did sound a bit better. But I've got a feeling on that Gefell. I think I've ordered a new EF86 tube because I think that is pretty old, so that could be a bit wonky.
Sure, that could be a factor.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I'll chuck in a new tube and just see what it sounds like.
And also, you got to. How long have you had it for? Because theoretically, that PVC on the nylon on the PVC on your M7 capsule, that's their Achilles heel. The PVC dries out and it loses tension, I think, or something happens to and then they lose.
I think if that was the case, it would sound.
I guess I would think they lose high end.
Yeah,
actually.
And this one's got plenty of high end, so that's not the issue. I think it is definitely a tube issue, but anyway, we'll see once I chuck a new tube in, see what I get.
So it's a true, what do you call it? Like endorsement, I guess, just to give a last hurrah. But that 818, man.
Well, what that tells me is the 818 is more of the desert island mic. It's just so clean, unoffensive, smooth, full bandwidth, broad, and just that if I had to have one, then that's the one I'm going to have. That's why for a lot of home studio people, it makes sense to have a mic like that.
Yeah.
But if you're a commercial studio or an insane person like AP, having a whole bunch of different vintage mics with different flavors is also part of your job as a studio owner. Is you want to have these different unique flavors and textures in your toolbox. But I would not want to have that be my only mic unless it just happened to be a really good match for your voice, and that takes work, And what's a good match? Well, it depends who you ask. Because we all had different answers.
But this is the twist in the whole thing. And this is when Robbo gave me his rating on these mics, I nearly fell over. I said, "You wait."
I can't believe I've rated the 818 down the bottom. That was three was my last choice.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's so weird because when you
having
told me
said that, that's on AP's voice.
Yeah, maybe
four was the 414.
Yep.
Right.
The last one's a 414 EB.
So I liked the 414 over.
You did
the 818.
Yeah,
it had a little bit more bite, right? A little bit more cut.
It was a little bit, It was to me. It was warmer. It was all the good of the 818 with a little bit more good. It didn't seem to have any it might have even been just a level thing. Like just it could have been a dB hotter or whatever Andrew read at that time because it wasn't the same read. Those two were so close. Yeah. I was struggling between the two. 1 and 2, I had no trouble.
When I met Martin from Austrian Audio when he came here promoting Austrian Audio, and I went into Melbourne and caught up with him. We had a bit of a chat, and I told him I had a C414 EB, and he said, "Oh, is that the brass capsule?" I said, "No, it's the nylon C12." And he's like, "Oh," and it was like, whatever. Since I got the 818 and I've got the EB and the nylon, I put them together, as you can hear on that file. They are so close.
Yeah.
Everyone poo-poos the nylon capsule and the EB.
sell the 414 and cash in. And keep the warranty on the 818.
Yeah.
But the only thing I've ever done with the 414 was when I first got it. It started getting quiet, and I sent it off, and it just needed new capacitors. They just dried out and whatever.
Ah, yeah.
And it was like back up to full speed. It's a great mic. I love it, and it's seen some life. It's got a few scratches.
I mean, 414s have always been desert island mics. They're like they got the extra polar pattern. They're quiet. They're small. They get everywhere. They're like
they look cool.
Yeah,
they're kind of a cool looking mic.
Yep.
I mean, my most expensive condenser mics when I started my studio were 414s, but I think they were BULSs.
Oh yeah. Well, they're quite dark, aren't they? BULS.
I have a pair of XL2s. I've never stood them up next to the 818 to see. But those are all like the new generation of
the last 30 years.
I think that whole sound of the C414, the C12 ended with the EB. So you had the C12, then you had the C12A, and then you had the 414 EB. And that was all kind of the same capsule, and then they jumped from the EB, and the sound changed. And if you look at the 818, what they've done is they've gone back to the C12. So they would use the C12, C12A to actually make their capsule and work on the sound of the OC818. And that makes sense because it sounds almost the same as a 414 EB.
Just for selfish reasons, I wish there was a U87 AI in there.
I know.
Just to hear how that fits into that, but
and then a 41.
Yeah, just a really. Yeah, I should have actually done a NT1. That would have been funny.
As a control. Yeah.
That would have been
watch
interesting.
it win. Watch it just like everyone's like the NT1. Like that's the one.
You got to be really careful when you're
mic.
shooting out mics to have a cheap ringer in there because it might
people
shock
pick 'em.
sometimes.
I've seen that happen with mic preamps too. Like I remember back in the day, it was either Sound on Sound or Mix did a like preamp shootout, and it was everything from like onboard Mackie VLZ preamps to the Vipre, right? And you wouldn't believe the points that Mackie got. I mean, you're talking about like a $200. It's like the board itself is like $300-$400
or something.
6 preamps in it or whatever, and then this one Vipre preamp that's like $6,000, and like it's just the same thing. You never know.
I think it really does all mean to people listening that it absolutely doesn't matter what something costs. It matters how it sounds with your voice, and how it works for you. And because this is why commercial studios have a wide array of mics. First, they never sell any. So they're constantly adding because, you want your website to have a very long list of mics, when someone's browsing for studios, they're not going to pick the one with 7 kinds of mics. They're going to pick the one with 27.
Which is a double thing because 2 things happen there. Number one, you get the gig because you have a really long list of mics, right? And then people come in there and waste their time shooting mics out, paying studio.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then you charge them for the second hour.
And the rest. Yeah.
You're right. Like, would you like to actually get something done now that you pick what mic you're going to use?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, this is a really funny one though, because the Gefell, the 92.1, 3 people voted it as their favorite: Simon Murphy, Matty from Sonic Playground, and Mike Ayton. 2 people voted it as their second favorite, which was Paul Baxter and Robbo. No one gave it 3rd place. And 4th place, Chris Gates, AJ, Matt Mackenzie Smith, George, and Robert. That was the most. That is the most expensive mic in the locker there.
Polarizing. We call that polarizing. People either liked it or thought it was the least good. It's so fascinating.
And then you look at the second Gefell, which was the 930 Art. So 2 people liked it, which was Robbo and Chris Gates. Second place, the people who gave it second place: Simon Murphy, Matty from Sonic Playground, and Mike Ayton. 3rd place for the M930 Art was Matt Mackenzie Smith, Paul Baxter, Mike Ayton, George, and Robert. Actually, that's not right.
I wonder if they know those mics particularly well. Like they're in there collection, and so they have an affinity for those mics. The sound of those mics is just really familiar.
I don't think those Gefels are that common.
Isn't there a 930S as well as the Art?
There's a 930T.
There's more than one.
Is it? Which
T,
that's got the transformer.
Okay.
And then there's a 930,
T,
which is the transformerless. And then the one I've got, which is different again because it's like it has the PVC capsule because it was like a limited. There's one of I've got one. There's 80. They just made 80 of those.
There's like 80 of them,
and
right?
I've got one of 80. In fact, mine's number 7, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually right in front of me.
Well,
yeah,
I guess you could say it's a collector's mic.
I would think that thing's worth more than.
It probably is because it's so rare and it's unusual because it's got different electronics in it and a different capsule to the normal 930.
I mean, how much do people pay for a PVC M7? I'll bet you people pay a stupid amount just for the caps.
Because they're not being produced anymore, period?
Oh, they are. They're still being made in in Gefel.
Are they? They must be particularly tricky.
Like they're the only ones.
I'm guessing
who do it.
that Sennheiser, who now own Neumann, probably buy the M7 capsules from Gefel for their U47s. Yeah. That's my guess.
So a vintage, not a recreate. A recreate's about $400 to $500, but a vintage M7 capsule is worth, in bad condition, $1,200 to $2,300 in good condition.
The capsule without the mic,
just for the capsule.
Yeah. Well, I think
go put a Chinese capsule in there. No one knows the difference, and then sell it.
Well, I looked at the mics and I sort of did a rough scoot around to see what they were worth, and I think a new 92.1 is selling for about $3,500 US, I think. The 930 Art, no idea. I mean, for a new one, you're paying $2,000 US, but I don't know. For that one, I have no idea. 818 retail is whatever it is in America, which is about $1,200 or something. And then the 414 EB, I've seen them for like $4,500, $4,500.
Yeah, I mean, awesome deal.
Yeah, well, there you go. That yeah.
Call
Absolutely.
it a day.
So the conclusion is
nothing matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's so bizarre when you look at that and you go, oh my God. At one point, no one picked the same mic as their favorite. And it was just as it closed up towards the end. And I got a few stragglers coming in.
Well, the numbers took over. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You sort of had to eventually, I suppose. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It was well worth doing.
So I think the next one is once I get the new tube for the 92.1, I'm curious to see how that sounds. And I wouldn't actually mind doing an episode getting someone on to talk about tubes because there's still a few people out there.
That'll be an interesting episode because it might be like, hey, if you got a tube mic, don't let.
You know what you should do? You should keep that recording, and then when you put the new tube in, do another one, and let's compare that.
I'd also like to run the, which I might do before I put the new one in. I'm going to run the 92 through the Neve, and then put the new tube in and run it through the Neve. Because if that self noise disappears, because it was quite noisy. Or at least reduces dramatically with the new tube, the combination of the 92.1 and the Neve should be absolutely stellar.
But Regen would fix it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, that was fun. Is it over?
The Pro Audio Suite, with thanks to Tribooth and Austrian Audio, recorded using Source Connect, edited by Andrew Peters and mixed by Robbo. Got your own audio issues? Just ask Robbo.com. With tech support from George the Tech Whittam. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and join in the conversation on our Facebook group. To leave a comment, suggest a topic, or just say g'day, drop us a note at our website, proaudiosuite.com.